Where do I start with a series like Rune Factory? This series practically grew up with me. It's always been one of my go-tos, but then one fateful day, much like any capable father figure in my life, it went to buy cigarettes and never came back. But then it did, well into my adult years, and unlike my dad, I was willing to let it back in. Rune Factory, for those who are unfamiliar, is a game series that pioneered the life and farm simulation games, being published by the same company that did Harvest Moon. The original game's title even was Rune Factory, a fantasy Harvest Moon. You probably know what kind of game you're getting into when I talk about this, because there's a whole new generation of these games that seem to have come from nowhere thanks to the outrageous success of Stardew Valley. And that game has enough about it for its own discussion, but today I want to go back to my roots and talk about Rune Factory, and especially focusing on the recently remade Rune Factory 4 Special. The game is all about you creating your farm, capturing and raising monsters as pets, fostering relationships with the townfolk, and everything else that every farm sim game out there has. But it's also an RPG, with combat, bosses, dungeons, and surprisingly intricate and well-written story that's sure to be good thing for everyone. You traverse the world of NORAD with the help of the Elder Dragon Ventus Will in order to restore the power of runes to the land. As far as the genre goes, I don't think there's as much world building and pure character as there is in Rune Factory. Every conversation with an NPC is different, every monster is different specialty, every zone is created intricately, and there's just not much of this game that's hard to enjoy. Unfortunately, this game does not get the attention it deserves, especially in the West. Sure, it's gotten a larger focus since it seems more present around the moment, but I constantly find it hard to find a large community, and that's a shame, so that's why I'm here. The series was long thought dead after its developer Neverland went bankrupt in 2013, but when most of the core team behind the games was absorbed into Marvelous, its publisher, we still held on to little hope that something would come of it. Then they came out with this, and I never played it, and I don't think I ever will. Enter Nintendo Direct February 2019, and bam, Rune Factory 4 getting a complete redo and ported to the Switch, which was really cool news. And after the trailer went by, Rune Factory 5 was confirmed to be in development. And fingers crossed, we all know that there's possibility that's coming within the next year, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear about any delays. Either way, this was huge for me and many others who have had a connection to this series. This fanbase for it is passionate, I have to give them that, as the game is ranked number 8 in Nintendo's annual player voice rankings in Japan, beating out games like Mario Maker and even Smash Bros. Among many others. My whole point of this video was to try and convince what little people out there in my reach has to at least give this game a look and see if it suits you. And if that did that for at least one other person, I'm happy. As always, I'm Reki, you're Nut, and I'll see you whenever it is you do next.